Hello everyone. As you can probably tell, I'm quite sick, so this will be a short video. I promise I have lots of other videos on the way and roster reviews and stuff like that for my patrons, just once I feel a little more alive. So this will be a very quick video with minimal editing. But I do have a very exciting announcement, and then I will get into the kits for Holdo and Rose, and then at the very end I'll kind of brush over the patch notes for the release that's coming into the game tomorrow. So I'm sorry I don't have my normal super high energy, but I got my voice back for one quick second. So I wanted to take advantage of it and get this time-sensitive video out. So the really exciting announcement that I have is that me and some of the other game changers are being brought out to CG in Sacramento in February to see the next big feature that is coming into the game. Now, they have confirmed, and I'm glad that I finally get to confirm this, that it is not Revan. So I know that's going to make some people sad. I personally think that that's just such a big boost to the game that it will have to come when we don't have a big movie that just came out or isn't coming out. But I'm really excited to see what this is about. We don't know the details of the trip yet, but we do know that it's just the next big thing for the game. So that's very exciting. So stay tuned for that. The videos from the last trip that we did to EA should be out soon. They were like professional videos and everything. So I think they're going through like the last process. All right, so going into the kits for Holdo and Rose. So the reason that I wanted to do this video and why I'm forcing myself to do this video when all I want to do is take a nap is these two characters get a lot of hate. And to be honest, it kind of makes me sad. It's fine to not like a character, but the level of like anger and whining I hear about them, it's kind of a little demoralizing. So I wanted to give these ladies a little bit of the appreciation. There's enough crap to be negative about in my life, so I just am a fan of saying nice things. Starting off with Holdo. Now, we did get footage, but I won't be including it in this. I might tag it on the beginning or end, but I just can't edit right now, so I apologize. But once we do get these on the alt, I will play a little bit. I have a good amount of experience with Resistance, so it should be pretty easy and fun for me to figure out if these tunes are fun, if they're worth it, that kind of thing. So starting off with Holdo, something I really appreciated about Holdo's character is the first time I saw the movie, I was really kind of along the Poe lines, and then the second time I watched it, I really flipped and I saw things totally differently, and I really appreciate when a movie can do that, when a character can do that. So she is a Resistance tank. The Jedi Rey teams are in desperate need of a better Resistance tank, so hopefully this is what we're needing. I like her animation for her basic. It's just like, so like nonchalant, like whatever. Deal physical damage to the target enemy and the least healthy other Resistance ally, so it's not herself. You'll notice in the gift she's not getting herself. Will get foresight. When this foresight expires, that ally will recover 10% health. So it's explicitly stating this foresight, and we asked for clarification on it, and basically the way it's going to work, because if it's any foresight, this would be ridiculously OP because there's so much foresight going around with Jedi Rey and R2 and BB-8. But what's happening is this foresight will replace another foresight, and it's only this foresight, but what kind of the way it works in the game is a tune can have two foresights on it. You only see one, but it will have two, and this will kind of like stack on top of the other foresight. If the tune already had a foresight, this will go on top of it, and they just both get cleared at the same time. That's why it doesn't really matter. Alright, her first special, it deals special damage to all enemies and evasion down, defense down on the primary target for 2 turns. The nice part about this though is a mass daze, and AoE daze is always very, very useful, especially because Luke is still a very strong meta. Alright, her second special It dispels all debuffs on a target ally, and they recover a ton of health and protection. So that's a nice little support thing. I'd probably use that a lot on BB-8. But since Rey is so common, she does have that healing immunity locked. So this might not be as good against mirror in a mirror match. And then her unique, this is where it starts getting really cool. And this is where Zeta comes in. So when another resistance ally loses foresight, and this is any foresight, Holdo will taunt and recover health. And if you have used or played against the Jedi Ray teams, there's a lot of foresight going on, so this should be happening a lot. And when she doesn't have taunt, she has plus 50 speed, so she's gonna have a lot of speed. She's gonna go fast. And then all of the resistance allies have critical avoidance. The Zeta part is giving her the taunt whenever the taunt and the heal when the resistance ally is losing foresight. So without the Zeta, I think the only part of this would be when she doesn't have taunt, she has plus 50 speed. So this looks like a lot of fun. I don't know how useful the heal is going to be because I'm fighting mostly Ray teams, and that locked healing immunity is kind of a pain in the butt. But the taunt and the mass days look really fun. And these are show notes, and you can read these on the forum post. I won't go too deep into them. Now we're getting into Rose. So something that I appreciated about Rose was she has one of my favorite lines that's actually, it just really stuck with me when she says, that's how we're gonna win, not by fighting what we hate, but saving what we love. I really like that line, and it's ended up just really sticking with me. And I like, Finn is a much more main character, and I like how she participated in Finn going from fighting for Rey to fighting for the Resistance. So I liked that, her part in that transition. So she has her little stun gun. Alright, her basic deals physical damage and then grants tenacity up to a random ally, which is nice. I was using a Rexley before my Jedi Ray lead, and I'm really missing the tenacity up. So I'm really looking forward to that tenacity up. And she can attack twice, so feeding into maybe the if you want people critting a lot, just multi-attack, maybe. Her first special gives everyone defense up, and then she will remove a bunch of turn meter from the target enemy, so that's kind of building on top of the turn meter that Rey is removing from the target enemy. And then she'll gain a bunch of turn meter, so she'll be going pretty often, which is nice. It has a cooldown of 5 though, so I would think you'd probably want to run her under a Finn lead, maybe, to get her cooldowns reduced a little bit more. Rey can reduce her cooldowns, but Finn is going to reduce them a little bit more. My gut intention is that Holdo is going to be good under the Jedi Rey lead, and Rose will be good under a Finn lead. That's my gut. That's kind of how I'm thinking about this right now, but maybe it's because I'm hopped up on Tylenol. Alright, her second special, my voice is starting to kill. Her second special will stun the target, and when the stun expires, they'll be dazed. It says that can't be evaded or resisted. I think the stun can be, but the daze afterwards can't be. That's how I'm interpreting it. So more daze, which is nice. Daze is really good against both the Luke teams and the Rey meta. They rely a lot on turn meter, so both these characters are giving a little bit of daze, which is always fun. And she does have a unique. She has additional offense for each exposed enemy, so this is again making me think she's going to be good under a Finn lead because they're riding that exposed train. And then when anyone crits, she gains turn meter, so again, she'll probably be going really often. So even though she doesn't add on to the exposed train, she can at least benefit from it. And her special gives the defense up, so if you are in P4 of the tank and you need a buff and you're using R2 for your Jedi Ray team and your BB-8 for your Jedi Ray team, now you have a resistance person that can give a buff, which is nice. Alright, last but not least, on to the patch notes. So the patch notes do talk about Holdo and Rose, and these will both be coming in marquee events on the 27th, so that's in 2 days, so that's fun. And then we get this wonderful little piece about the release cadence of Wicket, Towson, Zombie, and Spirit. It looks like they are going into shipments. Yay, I've never bought characters from shipments, but I might have to start doing that because I really want these characters. And they talk about some improvements to how they do the character release cadence. So it sounds like they're listening to the community on this, which is really nice, and I think will be very appreciated. And then we have some packs. They're just kind of the standard packs. And then we have Kylo Ren Unmasked and his ship, and the Special Forces TIE Pilot and his ship are becoming farmable. Yay! But Kylo and his ship are in the cantina. Oh. So, I'm really happy that they're farmable. I have so many things I need to do with my cantina energy, though, so now I have to sit down and prioritize, so this should be interesting. Speaking of ships, we don't know if Holdo will be getting a capital ship. I think everyone's kind of expecting a Resistance capital ship with either Holdo or General Organa. Please, General Organa, I want her in this game. And then a First Order capital ship with either Hux or Snoke. And if it is Holdo, I really hope that her ultimate is that, like, slice through another ship thing that she does in the movie. That would be so freaking cool. So that's kind of the exciting thing about this. But one last thing. What's ahead? The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. I mean, Palpatine says this to Anakin when he's talking about his teachings from Plagueis. So does this mean a Palpatine rework? Does this mean Darth Plagueis? Like, what does this mean? Oh my god, I'm so excited. So I maybe this probably has to do with whatever we're gonna get in February, but we'll have to see. Anyways, thank you for bearing with me on this video. I hope you are excited about all this what's ahead and the farmable, and stay tuned for the gameplay on these 2 Resistance tunes, and I will see you all on the next video. Get your flu shot.